What's poppin', fam? Spanik here, coach of your Alabama Crimson Surf, and this is my CBA Week 2 game against Jose and the Seattle Seadras. Last week, we lost 3-0 to Eternal Envy and the Brisbane Heatrans, so I'm looking to bounce back this game, maybe get a nice W against a divisional opponent who won 5-0 his first week, so props to him for accomplishing that win. As you can see, he brought exactly what I expected, except maybe the red. I had Lucario as a medium. Maybe I thought he was more likely to bring Nidoqueen, and Regirock I also had as a medium maybe as well because I thought he'd bring Klefki to deal with Scolipede. But overall, I predicted his team spot on. Alamola was definitely coming because it's one of his best checks to Victini. Same thing with Thunderous. Thunderous just puts a lot of pressure on my team. Latias as well. Mega Lopunny is just an overall threat. So I have a team builder up so you can see what I'm bringing. Just one thing though, I changed the Mismax set slightly. Instead of Electrium Z, I have Expert Belt. Because I really don't need the Gigavolt Havoc for the Alamomola. I already hit it hard enough as it is. I'd rather have the Expert Belt for the added damage to Latias. Even Alamomola with Thunderbolt. So that's the team. That's his team. When deciding a lead, I think I'd led with Diancie because it's the best lead against his team. If he leads Regirocks, Regirocks, I get Rocks up. If he leads with Thunderous, then Diancie was meant for Thunderous. I could get Rocks up. I could just get Rocks on anything not named Lucario. So Diancie seemed like a good lead for me. As he does lead with the Mega Lopunny, and I lead with Diancie. Mega's Evolve goes for Fake Out. Yeah, of course he flinches. Just wanted that free Mega. Switches out into Alomomola here as I get rocks up. Alomomola, that's what he switched into. I switch into Scizor as he just goes for a knockoff. Now here I just start going for game right away. SDing up, hoping he doesn't Skull Burn me, but he does. It's alright though. It's alright. Hacks is part of the game. Pokemon's a competitive game, guys. He switches into Thundy as he was trying to wish past there to get a free switch, and he does get it. Now here I get a little. Here's a little bit of a stall fest. Not really that bad though. I was just scouting to see if he was scarfed or not. Maybe he revealed the HP Fire or HP Steel or HP Flying, just to see what I could potentially wall this thing with. And I start to think he's scarfed here, so then I pull a switch into my AV Victini, which was meant to get initiative on this thing as he goes for a nasty plot. But he switches into Regirock because he's afraid of he probably was afraid of Victini right there. I was AV, so I probably did take any hit from that thing no matter what he went for, and then I could just kill it with Blue Flare. So I wouldn't call that switch a misplay per se, but it was a kind of a pseudo misplay. Nah, it wasn't a misplay. He was just playing it safe because Thundy just because of the matchup Thundy has on my team, that wasn't really a misplay going into Regirock there. So I U-turn out. Think I go into Mismag here to try to get some initiative early. I was just focused on putting a lot of pressure on his team, so I just go for the nasty plot here. As he goes for the Toxic, putting me on a timer, which is kind of bad because Mismag has such a good matchup this game. Putting it on a timer now is kind of bad for me, but it's a fine. I'll make deal. I have other ways to win this game, as you'll see later in the battle. I go for T-Bolt there, predicting the Lopunny as he stays in, goes for Rock Slide, doing big damage because Mismagius does not have the greatest Fizdef. Pulls a switch into Alamomola. I go for the T-Bolt again, thinking he go Lopunny, killing the Alamomola. Victini check down. He goes into Lopunny now as I just pull a switch into Chestnut, and Chestnut proving why I should have brought him week 1. That Fire Punch did 0. He thought he was catching the Chestnut, and the Chestnut just tanked it. He wants me to give him more minutes off the bench. He wants me to keep feeding him. Ezekiel Elliott, the Chestnut. Claps, if you're watching this, I don't care if I just called Chestnut Ezekiel Elliott, because I'm gonna keep feeding him. He is Ezekiel Elliott. For those of you who don't know, my boy Claps, who I named this Chestnut after, he's kind of a big Eagles fan. So he's probably hunting me down right now because I just referred to his favorite mon as Ezekiel Elliott. Alright, so back to the battle. He goes into Latias. I thought about going for Toxic here, but I just wanted Synthesis to keep this thing as high health as possible because I still need it for the low pony. As he pulls a double into Lucario, probably predicting my Diancie there, but I go into Scizor. That's fine, I really don't need Scizor anymore. As it's burned, it's burned, and I have enough ways to beat his Thundy and his Latias. Diancie could actually just beat both of them, so I really don't need Scizor anymore. I go into Victini, gets him initiative. Alamola dead. Victini has more fun this game. He goes into Latias. I click U-turn predicting that. And go into Diancie. Because Diancie also looking like it has some fun this game. He goes to recover. I go for Moonblast to gauge damage. Get the special attack drop. That's really no big deal, as he's about to pull a switch here into Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who goes down to a Moonblast. So excellent for me. He goes into Lucario. I pull a switch and I stack my Mismag there, scouting for the Bullet Punch, as he ended up not having it. I go into Victini there. He picks me off at the E-Speed. And at this point, I'm thinking, wait, Scolipede actually might just win me the game. So I just go into Scolipede. He E-Speeds for the damage. That's fine. I think I just click Earthquake and get the kill here. Yeah, I do. Lucario goes down. I get the +1 speed, so now I outspeed everything on his team. Goes into low pony. I click Protect, predicting the fake out. As he goes for the Fire Punch. It's now +2, and I definitely outspeed him. Switches into Latias. So I go for the jab there. He probably thought he could still win with low pony. He probably thought he could still win with low pony. So that's why he switched into Latias there. And yeah, so he goes into Latias. He takes the I get the poison, but the poison doesn't really matter as poison jab would have 2 KO'd regardless. Goes back into low pony. I protect, predicting the fake out. As he does, click the fake out there. I jab and he lives. So the Fire Punch is going to pick me off. That's fine. Now I go back into the NAUGHT. Ezekiel Elliott's back onto the field. So I go in. He goes into the Thundy, and I click the Stone Edge, revealing the Stone Edge. I had it for this moment. But not really this moment in particular, where his last two monsters would be Low Pony and Thundy. I had it more for, let's say he tries to get an aggressive switch off into Thundy. I click the Stone Edge, and it does big damage. As you can see, it doesn't kill. I should have EV'd to kill. But I wanted the extra bulk. I wanted as much bulk as I possibly could for low pony, because that thing is just a massive threat. So I go for the Stone Edge there. Get the Stone Edge there. Get the big damage. Pull a switch into Diancie here. I was just trying to preserve differential at this point. As he reveals to have HP flying. This is fine by me. He goes with a bolt that does nothing. I go for the Moonblast, picking up the kill. As now his last mon's a low pony, and this game's looking like a wrap because I'm Rocky Helmet Chestnut. As I just go into it here and keep feeding the beast. Keep feeding Ezekiel Elliott. Finishing the job. Low pony dying to the Rocky Helmet. And we take the 2-0 victory over the Seattle Seadras. So GG Jose. This was a fun one. Jose. Looking forward to our rematch later in the season as we are divisional opponents. I don't even know who I take on week 3. So that's something I should look into because I want to look to keep this roll on. So that's the game. Spanic out, and I'll see you guys next time.